Sometime back, my son was going to Ran of Kutch on a school trip, and we had to give him a torch because they were camping at night. If they had to go out of the camp, so they should be carrying a torch with them because at night it was not a proper kind of a hotel. I took out a torch, old torch, because we are not using torches on a regular basis here in Mumbai. So I took out a torch, and when I started it, it was not working. And I opened it. I saw that there was a problem in the cell, and I saw that there was some leakage on the negative side. So I had to, brush it. And then put another cell, a new cell, and then obviously it started working. So I realized that both negative and the positive sides should be working, uh, and if they are not, then the battery or outside source cannot do anything. And my dear friends, this is true for any device, be it a laptop, be it a mobile, or any other toy. uh, you have to make sure that both the negative side and the positive side are working. Greetings to all my friends. This is Vinay Srivastav, host of the Wincast Show, back with another episode. My dear friends, I realized that everybody keeps on harping on removing negativity from life and being positive. There are so many shows, there are so many TEDx talks which just talk about how to be positive. There are so many books which are written on positivity, and nobody talks about negative. And the incident I just shared with you, wherein the negative side was not working and hence the battery or that instrument will not work. So, is it that only positivity is important? Because without negativity, things don't work. Then why do people keep on harping about removing negativity from life and being positive? And when I say that removing negativity, I mean in totality. People go on to extreme lengths. If I utter some words which has got some negative sentiments, you realize 10 people will come and correct you, and they will tell you you should not be negative, you should think positive, you should do this, you should do that. You will get all these comments from people whom you even don't know. Just even in sitting with random people, just try to say something negative, and you'll get a lecture from people saying that how wrong you are, and you have to think positive in life. I'm not saying for a moment that we don't have to be positive or we should not be positive. However, my point is that removing negativity totally is not possible and is not correct also. And I'll explain you why I am saying so. So, how negativity helps? First of all, I think the negativity gives you some kind of a fear in your mind. Uh, we become sometimes overconfident and complacent, and negativity leads you to danger. There is a fear that this would happen or that would happen, but you need to understand that being practical, what are the fears, and these fears or these dangers, when you realize only when you feel a bit of negative emotion. uh, Sometimes your intuition says that something bad is going to happen, and you know you will ignore it many a times, but there would be times when you listen to it, and sometimes you realize that it actually happened. So uh, fear actually brings you that kind of an intuition. Another thing is anger. People talk so much about not being angry, removing anger from your personality, and things like that. Now, I realize that sometimes there are people who cross boundaries. They should not be, uh, they should not come near you, or they should not touch you on the side which you don't want. For example, you have set a limit for yourself that I don't want to do that. For example, I don't want to drink, I don't take alcohol. Now, people will come and people will push you. Now, some bit of anger will help me in terms of telling them, boss, this is the limit, I don't accept all this. Another way is that sometimes when you are negative, you feel sad, and sadness uh, signals you that kind of support, because when you are sad, then people really come to help you. There are many times where people hide their sadness, and then inside they burn, uh, they they just don't show up that particular sadness in front of everybody. It leads to very negative emotions, it leads to mental problems, it leads to physical ailments, all these issues also. Sometimes also negativity leads to skepticism. Now, when you are skeptic about a certain things, that helps you identify wrong people. I'm not saying again for a second that you should be skeptic all the time, but at some points of time, when you are skeptic, it helps you identify that wrong person, or that wrong call, or that wrong situation which will land you in trouble. So these negative emotions help you a lot in terms of changing. Whenever you are unhappy, that motivates you to find solutions, because when you are positive, you ignore everything, you just do not pay attention to anything. But when you are negative, then you think of all the bad things, all the things that are possible, and that is how you make positive changes in your life. uh, Sometimes it is good to play devil's advocate. So when you envision the worst that is going to happen, that intuition helps you to identify those problems which can become big issues. Or sometimes when we are planning for something, we need to plan for plan B, plan C, plan C, if something fails, if something fails. Normally you see there are people who just plan for something, plan A, and that's it. And after the plan A fails, they don't know what to do. So it is necessary to identify problems, and after that make thoughtful choices. So these negative emotions help us to improve. And in what way? They bring us growth, they bring us clarity. So growth is mainly for meaningful life, and character clarity is more to understand people much better. uh, as I have explained earlier, the growth can happen only when you see the negative aspects of the things that you are trying to work on. How negative emotions uh, you know can challenge you, how negative emotions can help you in terms of being a better person. So when you are little bit of negative in your mind, you can pay attention to the problems or identify the problems very quickly. You welcome there are people who will be very very positive, and the moment some kind of a negativity hits them, they don't know what to do, and then they fail. But if you are welcoming a negative emotion, then it helps you with coping with all these challenges that come in your way. It helps you also to make sure that your health is good. You are When you study your reports, there are some negative issues. If you ignore them, obviously they are going to lead to more problems. So my dear friends, this is all from today. Be slightly negative and improve your life. Thank you.